Steam Next Fest happened this February, and one particular demo took the world by storm, Balatro, an addicting roguelike poker game by way of developer Local Thunk. While I can describe it in genre, it's hard to describe the effect this game has had on my brain chemistry. I usually game in small bursts, with longer sessions a thing of my childhood. My first session of Balatro was 2 hours, and my second was 3.5. This game is a real problem for me, in the best way possible. Breaking down Balatro is breaking down the basics of poker. With poker, you're trying to make the best 5-card hand by taking and discarding cards. The special hands you're trying to make are pairs, 3 of a kind, 4 of a kind, 2 pair, a straight, 5 cards in sequential order, full house, 3 of a kind and a pair, flush, all the same suit, and a royal flush, ace to 10, all the same suit. That's the basic setup, but like any good indie game, it takes a well-worn premise and turns it on its head. The spin to Balatro lies in its roguelike elements. You're playing poker to score points within 4 hands. You play against the small blind, big blind, and the boss, increasing the score necessary to proceed each time. Once you defeat the boss, you go to the next round with even higher score goals. Between each game, you get rewarded with cash to spend on upgrades that are specific to only that run. Completing more runs and using more upgrades unlocks more variation on decks to play with, which come with their own bonuses, but it's the upgrades that are key to a successful run. The upgrades come in a couple different flavors. You can purchase and hold up to 5 different Joker cards that offer set perks, such as straights are allowed to have gaps, so you can have a better chance at getting a straight, or multipliers for specific cards like playing clubs or even numbers. Then there are celestial cards that come in randomized foil packs. These level up your pairs, straights, flushes, and other hands, so having a pair can give you 2 or even 3 times more points than before. Hands can be leveled up multiple times as well within a single run. There are also tarot cards that can adjust cards' suits or copy other cards, and other upgrades that can add bonus effects to individual cards within your deck, like holographic effects that add more multipliers, or gold-plated cards that boost your monetary payout when you play those cards. Lastly, you can outright just buy extra cards for your deck, so there are higher chances of getting the cards that you want. There are also specialty seals for increased gold, effect triggers, or random creation of other cards. I can go on and on. The tutorials leave something to be desired, so you really have to experiment to get the most out of everything possible. But there's just so much to dig into and mess with that each run feels entirely different, and that's where Balatro has gripped me the most. I've had some sick straight runs, where I will have a joker that'll allow gaps in my straights, then a second joker that will give me bonus points for even-numbered cards. With that, I also had used celestial cards to level up my straights, so that each one would be worth more points. I could play a straight of 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, all even numbers, qualifying as a straight due to my joker, and with straights at level 3, boom, I'm over 1,000 points easily. Then on a separate run, I had leveled up pairs to level 5, and combined that with jokers to give me even bigger multipliers. It's an infinite well of possibilities, and every run can change your strategy entirely. Outside of the rising point thresholds needed to advance, the boss at the end of a level adds a separate negative modifier wrinkle that you have to push through. These can come off as mean-spirited, but they are just things you have to plan around. I had an amazing straight focused run that was put to a screeching halt when a boss would only play my cards face down, so I had no idea what I was playing. Another boss would only let me play a specific hand one time, so I had to vary my style up. Of course, I later found a joker that I could sell to nullify a boss's modifier. Sure, that would have made for a great last run. I was mad though for all of 30 seconds before I jumped in for another one. It's the perfect one more run game. Even now, I had to make a declaration to myself that I couldn't play any more Balatro until this review was written. But let's be honest, my Switch is right next to me, ready to go. So that promise didn't last too long. Balatro is flat out a smart game. I don't even like cards, yet here I am theory crafting new ways to play. Should I make a full house deck? That might seem risky, but if I use tarot cards right, no, not now. It's what I'm thinking about when I'm not playing Balatro. Before bedtime, a 20-minute round easily turns into, holy crap, how is it 3 in the morning? This is even before finishing the game with different decks and daily challenges are turned on. In Generation Remix, heck, in Generation Make Everything a Roguelike, this might be the best one of 2024. I'm eagerly awaiting the official release just so I can hear about my friends' epic runs. It's just that good. Now please, let me play more Balatro in peace. I got an idea for a sick flush strategy that I want to try out, so I'll see y'all later.
This video was made possible by our generous supporters on Patreon. Check out patreon.com/NWR for all the details.